Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I know for our American peoples, it is Valentine's tomorrow, but hey, it's not my fault you're living in the past, so you get Valentine's today. So today I'm playing Genso Manège. It's your first, hello.
Genso Manège.
Genso Manège. We'll leave, hello Mark. Yeah, we'll leave it on this and I'll do the ads. 3 minutes ads, there we go. Let me put it in the Discord. Stream time. Also, happy Valentine's Day. Oh shit, there's a cutscene. Opening scene. Here it is. Where are the devs from? You know, I'm not sure. Let me look that up. Shit. These are the same people that did. Wait, the last dating sim I played, Celestia Chain of Fate. This is also by them. Also, they did Potion Permit. It's crazy. Yeah, this is by P-Cube Games. That was the intuitive. Yes, that's that one. Okay, so
Genso Manège.
just so we know what we're getting into, I'm going to read the Steam description. Well, they've really stepped up the game in this one. Yeah. It says, follow Emma as she fights to reawaken her magical powers in order to aid a unique cast of characters, all of whom are trapped inside a traveling amusement park. Having lost memories from youth, Emma must rediscover her past through love and friendship in this stunning dreamlike fantasy otome. That sounds fun. And a little bit dramatic. Okay, so let's get into it.
Genso Manège.
Also, don't worry about pronouncing French stuff. Butchered French is probably more entertaining anyway. Okay, so new game. Okay, I know it says. Wait, they only give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What happens if your name has more than 6 characters? And I guess you just go with Emma. But no, I am Tazzy, and one symbol to spare. You can only have 6 letters. That's the rules. Even preface is French. It's got the little accent. The sky was grey. Snow fell from the clouds like porcelain crystals from a dull curtain. Let's see if I can. Oh shit! Balloons. Config. Yeah, there we go. I want to turn the. There we go. Oh, that's too fast. Oh, no, no endgame. Okay, escape is endgame, and if you want to go back, you got to press backspace. That's a bit strange. Frost covered the park, coating its already still attractions in frozen silvery sheets. Where there was once smiles and cheer, silence now reigned. Save for a few souls, that is. Why are you doing this? This is robbery. You have no right. I think you'll find that we do. I don't know whether to read it out because it's voiced, but it's in Japanese. I was prepared to read today. Let's check the... maybe there's a language? Okay, there's no language, but I can turn their voices off if I want to. You know what? We're gonna turn others off so I can say it. But if I feel like reading, I might go ahead and turn all the voices off. Who knows? Ignore that. Hey, what do you mean? Can you not date the girls too? There is no girls. Oh, in the menu, those are, I think they're the side characters. No, I can't date them. Okay, I guess this is like a cutscene, so it's voiced. Probably the rest won't be, because I didn't do anything. Another lost device, actually. Yeah, yes, sir. Stop it. This is all we have. Oh, that's dramatic. That's it. He put his whole heart into that line. You'll find no sympathy from me, son. Oh, shit. The man drew a gun. Enough of this. He pulled the trigger. Oh my god, we start off with a murder. It's like a musket. Yeah, there was a flash and then smoke coiled out from a barrel. A bullet sped toward the fallen young man, only to collide with something else entirely. That something let out a shrill whine as the bullet bore into it. There was another brighter flash of light, one of blinding intensity. For a split second, everything was white. And then, darkness. Can you hear me? Answer me. Please. Someone was shouting. Please just say something. I can't lose you too. You have to open your eyes. It was all a dream. I jolted awake. I found myself in my room, rays of the morning sun poking through the curtains. It looked like a pretty big musket too if it was a single ball, gotta be lit. Well, at least it didn't actually shoot someone. There was something got blocked, I guess. The aroma of freshly bloomed violets drifted through the slightly ajar window. Something ran down my cheek. I reached up to touch it and felt something wet. Tears. I'm crying? But why? That dull winter sky flashed across my mind. The image was faint, close to vanishing like smoke in the wind. Still, I knew it was the place I dreamed of. I can't remember much, but it couldn't have been a very good dream. Why else would I be crying? Hey, you up? A knock came at my door, pulling me out of my trance. I glanced at the clock on my bedside table. It was well past time to get out of bed. There's no clock there. We can clearly see the bedside table, and there's a lamp, there's a pitcher of water in a glass, and a book. Yes, sorry, Arnold. I'll get changed and have breakfast very soon. Relax, it's already done. Take your time. And we meet our first boy. It's... Oh. There's another bedside behind the camera? Maybe. Whatever I might have said, embarrassment stole the word from my mouth. I can't believe I slept through one of my only jobs. I'm really, really sorry. Finally, managing to squeeze out an apology, I hurriedly dressed myself. Once I came downstairs, I found food for 3 waiting at the table. The comforting scent of freshly baked baguettes enticed a growl from my stomach.
Ohayo.
Ohayo! Good morning! Good morning, Madam Alice. I'm sorry I slept in so late this morning. Do I have you to thank for breakfast? Don't be ridiculous. Anna put down his food, stood up, and pulled out my chair for me. Thank you. Don't mention it. I should have waited for you. Oh, that's okay. I took a seat. Along with the baguettes, several colourful fruits adorn the table. So Alice is probably Arnold's mom. If I'm not only guessing from the red hair, but he did say Carson, which is, you know, mom.
朝食は私が用意すると言ったのだけれど、あるのがダメだと言って聞いてくれなくて。
I told him I'd prepare breakfast, but the boy just wouldn't budge.
バゲットを温めるくらい誰にでもできるのに。
I'm hardly clumsy enough to burn a simple baguette.
料理の常識を覆していくのが母さんだろ。
And yet you always manage to surprise me.
そんなことないわ。ね。
Then we got lip movement and blinking, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can let me see if this actually works. Oh, did they stop talking? That's just not true, isn't it? I glanced around the room as if searching for an answer. I'd seen Madame Alice's attempt at cooking before. Well, calling it cooking would have been generous. I can't exactly blame Arnold for stopping her, but at least she's trying. You're putting her on the spot, Mom. Okay, that does turn the voice acting off. So, opinions. Should I have the voice acting off and read it myself? Or do you want the Japanese voices and me to like read it again in English, or just let the Japanese voices play? I am not. You make me sound like such a villain. This was very much a common spectacle with these two. The Vincents and their little antics were a part of everyday life for me. It's been 7 whole years since I moved in with them. Until I was 10, I lived in Paris with my family, but after nearly drowning in the Seine River, I lost most of my memories. My father lost his life during the incident. Since my mother had already passed due to illness, I became an orphan. That was when the Vincents took me in. You know what? I'm actually going to do a poll. I haven't done one of those before. It's somewhere here. Well, here we go. Voices are Azzy reads dialogue. Azzy reads. Voices on. Azzy reads. Voices. Voices on. Azzy doesn't read. There we go. There's the poll. They don't let me put a lot of like a lot of writing in the polls. We, including Arnold's father Daniel, had stayed in Paris for some time. 6 years ago, though, Arnold, his mother, and I moved here to Blankbird. The shock had put me in a precarious mental state, so the change to a smaller, quieter town was likely for my sake. They never said as much, but I know. Monsieur Daniel stayed behind on account of his work. I hope he's well. I haven't seen him in a long time. Hey, try this jam. A coworker gave it to me, and it's some great stuff. Oh, okay, I'll try some on my baguette. I spread the strawberry jam on the bread and took a bite. A perfect balance of sweet and sour filled my mouth. Voices on Tassie Ridge. Okay, let's just... Okay, got it. You're reading the inner character, dialogue anyway. There's already a lot to read. Okay. No end game. Stop that. You're right. This is delicious. Arnold gave me a wide smile.
食後のコーヒー用意しとくか?
Want to wash it down with some coffee? Coffee? Allow me.
いいよ。俺はもう食べ終わったからさ。
I'll get it. You keep eating. He stood up and walked over to the kitchen. 7 whole years and Arnold's still as kind as ever. You know what? I probably won't go for Arnold because, they live together. They're practically siblings. Unless he's like really, really sweet, that's probably not going to be my choice. Ever since I lost my family, he'd been a constant in my life, a friend. And a pillar of support. After cleaning up breakfast, I followed Arnold out. Arnold? He's Arnold now. I followed Arnold out to see him work. It was a beautiful day with clear skies and just the right amount of sun. Vibrant flowers that decorated the road swayed in the breeze.
今朝は何かあったのか?
Nothing happened this morning. What? Why do you ask?
ほら、お前が寝坊するなんて珍しいだろ.
You never sleep in.
具合でも悪いんじゃないか?
Thought you might be sick or something. Arnold suddenly stopped and peered at me. No, it's not that. I just had a strange dream is all. I don't remember much, but I know it was sad.
夢を見たってことは眠りが浅かったのかもな.
Restless night then,
さ
huh?
ては、寝る前に怖い本でも読んだんだろう.
You read a scary story before bed. It was about a witch, and it wasn't scary. The witch saved a girl from being bullied and turned her into a princess.
あのな、魔女が出てくる本は大抵怖いもんなの。それが世の中の意見なんだ。
You realize you're in the minority thinking witches aren't scary, right? Well, this one wasn't. And I'm not a...
こーら。
Okay, okay. He prodded my head with his finger.
人は自分と違うものを怖がる生き物なんだ。お前がいい魔女だったとしても、誰にも言うなよ。
People fear things they don't understand. Whether you're a nice witch or a scary one, you can't let others know. I know. I'm a witch. Not like anyone would believe me. How would I convince them? Cast a spell? It wasn't just my memories I'd lost 7 years ago. I'd lost my magic too. All that practice I'd done with my mother as a child, gone to waste. I wonder where that star necklace went. My mother and I had matching necklaces. Not only had it helped to control and regulate my magic, but it also reminded me who I was, where I came from. But it vanished during the accident 7 years ago. Witches were all but extinct thanks to cultural persecution and hunts 4 centuries ago. My mother was the only one I knew, other than myself. Despite that, our dark history still lingered. Most people weren't fond of beings like me. My parents had made sure to impress something upon me, though. Magic was a force for good. Bayonetta flashbacks? I still have to play Bayonetta. Like, I have it, but I've never played it. That's something I should really do. My mother at least had been a kind and caring witch, so I chose to believe in her. I believed in him as well. Who was that boy anyway? I can hardly remember. All I could recall had been very important to me. This group is not the kind of game I'm good at, even though on easy you just basically mash the attack button. Well, now I kind of want to play it. I need to prove that I'm good at video games. Although I wasn't even sure of that either. Story's actually really good and Bayo is a really fun character. Yeah, I gotta play it. Anyway, I should get going. I'll be back a bit late today. Investigating somewhere far off again? Arnold was a reporter for a local newspaper. He had to travel often for work. Far enough I'll need to bike at least. Oh, nearly forgot. He produced a flyer from his pocket. You hear about this? A traveling amusement park's in town. You like this kind of thing, don't you? An amusement park in Blankberg? Blankberg? A lot of people only see the surface level sexy lady shoot gun and make quip, but it's really fun. It's like it can be both things. It can be fun and sexy lady. Sexy ladies are not unfun. I practically leaped for the flyer and read its contents. La Foire de Revere. God, French is hard. Is here. Children and adults alike are invited to come and have the time of their dreams. Visit us from April 1st to June 30th. April 1st? You get there and it's like April Fools go home. A map marked their location. They were in a forest near the outskirts of town. I don't know. I do like amusement parks, but I'll sit this one out. I don't earn my keep like you do. When is this set? Oh, please, how many women do you know who have jobs? Housework counts as earning your keep just fine. What do you mean? Why don't women have jobs? I won't force you or anything, but really, you should go if you want to. Ruffled my hair. Hey. Let me know how it is if you check it out. Could make for a good article. Anyway, I'm off. Stay safe. Arnold hopped on his bike and sped off to the office. An amusement park here, of all places? I placed the flyer on my desk and picked up my music box. You know, I hate that I've already figured out what the past cutscene was about. Wait, look at this. Like, that is the silhouette and the beard of the guy that shot the musket. And he said that he was shooting his son. So that would be him. But there was a bright light, and then the son was upset. So she used her magic to protect Arnold from being shot by his dad, and in the process lost her magic. It's like, I hate that I know that already. Like too much foreshadowing. I placed the flyer on my desk and picked up my music box. After I'd wound out the key, I placed it on the dresser and watched the horses spin as music began to play. The pastel top turned, glass gems twinkling in the sunlight. A kaleidoscope of colours reflected off of them, whisking me away into a world of fantasy. This little merry-go-round, this manège. I even looked up how to pronounce it before the stream and I've forgotten. I think it's Manège. Yeah, Manège was all I had left of my father. I was rather fond of it. It reminded me of the Manège in my favourite picture book. God damn French. Robert d'un Manège. My father had been an engineer for amusement parks, so I would often visited them to admire his work. My fascination had begun there. Unfortunately, I was told I'd received this particular trinket 7 years ago. I had no memory of it personally. Still, memory or not, I'd always treasured it, and I always would. Maybe I will visit that amusement park. Arnold had offered after all, and I genuinely wanted to go. Alright, chores first. With a renewed sense of motivation, I set about my daily tasks. I finished my work around midday when the sun was high and left home. Following the map marked on the flyer, I sauntered through town. When are we going to the amusement park? I want to go too! I couldn't help but grin at the rowdy children. It wasn't every day such events occurred around here, so I empathized with their excitement. Absolutely not. They say those people have something to do with the Hamlin phenomenon. They're gonna stealing children? Who's saying that? The what? What's Hamlin? She's just making it up because she doesn't want to spend money. What? Why? The family turned the corner and promptly left earshot. What's the Hamlin phenomenon? Was she really making that up? The question hung in my mind, but I continued on my way to the forest. As the buildings and bustle faded, the trees grew thicker. Birds chirped atop their branches and squirrels scurried limb from limb. The tranquility was contagious. What sort of amusement park is it, I wonder? My heart pounded in anticipation. I took a moment to breathe and calm my nerves before continuing. Wow! There it proudly stood, right at the mouth of the forest. A pastel gate gave way to a large fountain around which numerous lovely attractions were centered. Wait. This is a traveling amusement park. How did they get a gate and a fountain here? Even from afar, their craftsmanship was something to behold. I couldn't take my eyes away. The entire affair looked like something straight out of a toy box. I could have sworn I just walked into a picture book. Must be magic true! It's also charming. I've never seen a park like this.
そんなところで眺めてないで
It
中に
looks,
入ったら
it looks even better up close, you know. Ooh, who are you? I turned to the voice. A girl stood there. Her star-dappled uniform seemed plucked from the same whimsical story as the park itself.
夢の世界へのチケットはここで買えるわ大人1枚でいい
Yeah, she's really cute. You know what? I'm gonna get her name. But I did see her here. She's Clara. A World of Dreams is only a ticket away. One adult, I assume? Yes, please. I timidly paid the woman for my ticket. She has hair loopies. Is she secretly the bunny? I don't think so. She might be secretly Nurse Joy, though. Even the tearaway part's a little star. That's so cute. I found another smile sneaking onto my face. The staff lady smiled back, tearing off the stub and handing me the rest. She punctuated the transaction with a wink. Wink.
ようこそレーブ移動遊園地へ夢の時間をお楽しみください
Welcome to the rave. You know what? I'm Googling how to pronounce that. Pronunciation. It's called, it means dream. Iowa. What? Oh, how is that? I'm gonna look at a different video. Right. I can't say it. It's rave now. It's like if I yes, I am being lazy, but the name of the amusement park is now the rave. We rave here. The girl gestured for me to enter. I passed through the gate with bated breath. Rave. My eyes were drawn at once to the fountain, thoughts buzzing as to how they travelled with such a thing. That's what I wanted to know. Elephants, which flew bubbles and sprayed water, adorned the circumference. Children frolicked about, reaching out for the bubbles. Something smells good. Scent caused me to turn my gaze towards the many stalls set up on the right. Upon closer inspection, they were selling all manner of deviously tempting sweets, from gaufres to pretzels to sugared fruits and cookies. Oh man, don't make me hungry. Warm sandwiches, snacks, bowl games, and other diversions were also lined the counters. Something about these stalls feels off, though. I approached them to investigate. To my surprise, the booths were being manned by puppets. Perhaps that wasn't the right word. They were automated puppets, machines known as automatons. Oh no, they got the animatronics. This is turning into Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh my god, that's... Okay, I don't know whether that's cute or terrifying. Welcome, your order please. One gopher. Coming right up. The automatons addressed and attended to the customers with pre-recorded phrases. Incredible. Machines with jobs? What, so women can't get jobs but robots can? Is there a problem with the automatons? Okay, we meet our second boy. A tall man in uniform suddenly approached me. I know at once he must have been with the park. His knowledge didn't make his gaze feel any less intimidating, though, or me any less like a frog in the sights of a hungry snake. Oh, no, I've just never seen one before.
なるほ
I see.
ど。オートマタが働いている遊園地は世界広しといえどもここだけだろう。あなたが驚くのは無理もない。
Vast as the world may be, we are the only park to include automatons among our workforce. Your surprise is warranted. Then why did you give me the death stare when I asked about it?
だがオートマタは問題なく整備されている。安心して利用するといい。
Rest assured, however, they are functioning as specified. The man said nothing more. He simply turned on his heels and left. Okay, bye. He didn't seem very amused for an amusement park employee. I took off the awkwardness and returned to browsing the stalls. Tears suddenly erupted from the fountain. Maybe there's a show going on. I should look. I headed toward the hubbub, only to find a young man putting on a performance.
Merci!
Merci, you're too kind.
でも今のはただのボールジャグリングだ。ここから披露するのは一味違うからな。
Our third boy. But the show's just getting started. You folks ready for some real juggling?
じゃあ一番前で見てる君。好きなフルーツを教えてくれ。
You there, in the front. What's your favorite fruit? Mine's mango.
私リンゴが好き。
Yellow boy, yeah. No, this isn't Yellow boy. Yellow boy's the rabbit. He is the... You know what? I'm pulling up the color-coded... He's the blue boy. I like apples.
それはこんなリンゴか？
Apples, eh? Like this one here? The boy produced an apple in his hand, seemingly out of thin air.
すごい。
Oh.
今度は奥で見てる君に苦手な野菜を聞こう。
Now you, in the back, what's your least favorite vegetable? Brussels sprouts. He proceeded to materialize an apple, a radish, a mushroom, and a strawberry, which he then began to juggle. What? Yeah. I think the radish is a vegetable out of all of those. The colorfully mismatched ensemble flew through the air and back into his hands with ease. He improvised all that? The crowd only continued to grow.
見えない。
I can't see. Ah, I should have probably moved. There's plenty more to explore. I offered my spot to the boy behind me and weaved my way back out of the
あ
crowd.
りがとう、お姉ちゃん。
Thanks, lady. Quietly wishing the child a good show, I soon escaped the fountain area. Next on my list was the area to the left with the peacocks. What is that? A costumed mascot of sorts strolled by the line of guests waiting for the ride. The lemon-colored, droopy-eared rabbit wore the same uniform as the others and carried a flag with the park's insignia.
みんな、
It's the yellow
僕と
boy.
一緒に手拍子してね。
On my feet, everyone! The rabbit began clapping, and soon the guests followed suit. On rhythm, he started to move, jump, and spin around the line of people. He could just barely make out a star pattern on the suit beneath his uniform. So cute!
手拍子ありがとう。そろそろ列が動くから。
Now the rabbit is the shy boy, hence why he hides in the mascot suit. Oh, maybe. Thanks, everyone. The line should get moving soon, so make sure to watch the person in front of you. With a wave of his flag, the rabbit left the guests. He looked this way and that. Eventually, our gazes met. The glittering, peridot-colored eyes fixed on mine.
こんにちは、お姉さん。マネージュはもう見てきた？
Have you been to see the Manège? Wait, fixed on mine and looked left and right. Did the eyes move? You have a manege?
うん。
あ
レーブ移動遊園地の名物なんだよ。
It's
こ
the
の奥
rave's
にあ
most
るから、よかったら行ってみてね。
it's the rave's most famous attraction. It's just back there, so go take a look. Thank you, I will. The rabbit bowed, waved his little hand, and then sauntered over to more guests. I wonder what it's like. Merry-go-rounds, that is, maneges, varied a lot from park to park. I was curious to see this one and how it compared to my father's music box. It's as popular as the rabbit says. I've got to see it. I set out on the path it directed me towards. The sun was beginning to set, dyeing the scenery in a golden tint. Wait, she left at midday and now it's sunset? Was she just by the fountain for hours? A pastel top and an array of colourful horses spun before me. Decorative glass gems twinkled in the sunlight. She walked very slowly. Yeah, it can't be. I was awestruck. This manege was the spitting image of the one my father had made. Is this what he modelled the music box after? I never knew it was based on something. The manege came to a stop and the riders alighted. My feet carried me forward, all on their own. Very slowly, though. Every detail is spot on. It's my music box. It's like I'm seeing double. I reached my hand out to touch it. The cold metal chilled my fingers. Her dad made it. Her dad must be connected to this amusement park. Wait, why is it getting warmer? It happened before I could react. It's a traveling thing, right? The music box is the carousel. It's moved by shrinking. Well, I don't think it is the carousel because her music box didn't go anywhere. It's always been like on her desk. Bedside table, I think? That's what I remember anyway. It happened before I could react. A blinding light flashed from the manege. But she did say that her dad made amusement park equipment, and they used to go to amusement parks all the time to see the stuff that her dad made. So her dad probably made this real life one, and then a music box version for his daughter. What? Okay, what magic stuff is happening. Before I knew it, everything went white. The light had swallowed everything. I couldn't keep my eyes open. My heart pounded in my ears. Heat seethed inside me. What's happening? And then the heat vanished. Carefully, slowly, I opened my eyes. The light was gone too. That was anticlimactic. I scanned the area out of pure confusion, but answers eluded me. Did I imagine all that? Other guests exchanged looks and tilted their heads.
今のは何だったんだ？
What just happened? I guess she didn't imagine it.
新しい演出かしら。
Part of some performance, maybe? Evidently, I hadn't. The guests stayed at the manege for a while before they lost interest and left. I should back away before it starts moving again. I managed to pry myself away from the ride and put some distance between us. That's when I heard the footsteps. My heart nearly leaped out of my chest. Okay, he's pretty. And he has my color scheme. He has the purple eyes and the white hair like me. I slowly turned around. There was a man in a pale purple-hued suit and a shoulder piece.
まさかまた君に会えるなんて。
Thought I'd never see you again. Who? Behind his stark white hair, he wore a complicated expression. He thought he'd never see me again? I had never met this man in my life. And you were? They have the same eye color. But he's one of the dating options. It can't be her dad.
ヒューゴだよ。覚えていないかい？君に会うのは7年ぶりだから無理もないのかな。
It's me, Hugo. Don't you remember? I suppose it has been 7 long years. Oh. My chest tightened. I'm sorry, but I don't remember much from back then. I explained the incident in the river and about my amnesia. I'm sorry. He frowned for a moment, but it was soon replaced with a kind smile.
いや、謝る必要はないよ、マドモアゼル。改めて自己紹介させてもらえるかな。
Was the opening scene her childhood? I think it was, because it was her, the scene played and she woke up from the dream crying, so it's got to have been a repressed memory. There's nothing to be sorry for, mademoiselle. Would you allow me to redo my introduction? Please.
俺の名前はヒューゴ。このレイブ移動遊園地の園長だ。
My name is Hugo. I'm the director here at La Foy de Rave. So you run things here?
7年前はスタッフの一人だったんだけれど、おかげさまで出世してね。
I've certainly worked my way up since my days as a grunt 7 years ago. He winked playfully. Wink. Did you know my father by any chance? Laurent was his name. He was an engineer. Are you gonna date people that much older than you? I don't know. I mean, it was 7 years ago, and I don't know how old she is now. We'll say that she's 20, so she would have been 13, and he said he was a grunt, so he could have been like 50. Like if he was like working there from a young age.
残念ながらお父さんには会ったことがないな。
So the age difference might not be that much. I'm sorry to say I never had the pleasure. I was only ever acquainted with you. I see. Considering the uncanny similarities between this manège and my music box, my hopes had been somewhat high.
ところで、今しがたマネージュに起きた異変。
Say,
あの光は君が起こしたものだよね。
that little display with the manège, it was you who created that light, yes? Well, I didn't have the first clue. To claim responsibility for it felt inaccurate, to say the least. I apologize for touching the machinery, but I'm not sure what happened exactly. He offered a gentle smile.
安心して。責めているわけじゃないんだ。ただ、君の力を貸してほしいと思って。
This isn't an interrogation, I assure you. I simply had a favor to ask. What do you mean? After glancing side to side, he leaned in and put his voice down to a whisper.
君は魔女だろ？
You are a witch, are you not? I quickly drew back.
人は自分と違うものを怖がる生き物なんだ。お前がいい魔女だったとしても誰にも言うなよ。
People fear things they don't understand, whether you're a nice witch or a scary one you can't let others know. Arnold's words from earlier echoed in my head. No one can know. No one can find out. Well, he obviously knows. If this is an accusation, then you're sorely mistaken. I refuted him as firmly as I could. Monsieur Hugo appeared dejected. That's not the reaction I expected. Ooh, this is the dramatic music.
否定したい気持ちはわかるよ。でも、頼れる相手は君しかいないんだ。
I understand your wariness, but you're the only hope we have left.
俺たちは、
You see,
ここで働く人間は、魔法でこの遊園地に囚われている。
everyone who works here is trapped, bound to the park by magic.
それは、とても強力な魔法で、
It's
俺た
powerful
ちには
magic.
どうすることもできない。
It's powerful magic that we have no means of resisting. So I've got to free them.
だから、助けてほしいんだ。君の魔法で。
You can save us. You have that power. I I don't know what to say.
分かっているよ。信じられないよね。
Right, I realize I must sound like a madman right now. He grinned, although only barely this time. He seemed earnest to me, so I didn't think he was playing some sort of trick. But trapped in an amusement park? He can't possibly think I can just believe that. He can't know what I am. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. That's cruel. A bell chimed, sounding the closing of the park and drowning out my words. People began funneling towards the entrance. I should be going.
待って。君に見せたいものがあるんだ。
Wait, there's something you should see. Huh? He grabbed my hand before allowing me to answer. He didn't pull, though. He simply guided me as a gentleman would. We left the Manège and passed by a number of attractions. Stranger danger! Before long, we'd arrived back at the fountain. It seemed what he wanted to show me wasn't inside the park itself. Once he'd made certain that all the guests had left, Monsieur Hugo passed through the gate. We were alone. Everyone had surely gone home by now. It was quiet. Not even birds filled the silence. He continued on the road back to town, never letting go of my hand. Excuse me, where are we going?
俺はどこにも行かないよ。
Nowhere. Oh, he's showing her how he's trapped.
いや、
Not me,
いけないんだ。
anyway. We stopped. Monsieur? Oh, like actually. I looked up at him as he unbuttoned his collar. A pale white circle glowed on his neck. Is that a chain? The light took the form of a collar. Attached to it was an ephemeral chain leading back into the park. That's messed up.
これが魔法だよ。俺たちを遊園地に縛り付けている魔法だ。
This is the magic binding us here to this very amusement park. Don't believe it. Magically trapped within an amusement park. It shouldn't have been possible, but here I was faced with reality. I couldn't deny what lay before my eyes. How did this happen?
ある魔女に魔法をかけられてね。
A witch cast a spell.
俺はもともと遊園地が好きだし、ここでの生活は充実していると言っても
I'm very fond of amusement parks, so I do quite enjoy my life here.
でも、もう何年もこの状態で、
However,
そろそろ解放されたいと思っているんだ。
years upon years of bondage do begin to wear on one. Everyone's trapped like this, not just you?
そうだよ。
That's correct. He nodded. But magic is a force for good. I thought there were no bad witches. I find it hard to believe a witch would do this. Witches aren't supposed to be evil.
ああ、悪い魔女はいないよ。
In-
これは事故みたいなものだったんだ。
Indeed, they aren't. What happened here was an accident of sorts. An accident. I was reminded once again of the Seine River. I'd lost a lot that day, even if I didn't remember what exactly they'd been. In addition to my father and the power I'd nurtured with my mother, I'd also lost an entire year's worth of memories. The people of the rave had surely lost things themselves. They would continue to lose things so long as they remained captives.
大丈夫かい？少し怖がらせてしまったかな。
Are you okay? I hope I haven't frightened you. No, I'm okay.
それならよかった。
Goodness.
俺の話はこれで終わりだよ。君に見せたかったものはこの魔法だから。
I've said what I needed to say. This was all I wanted you to see. He stepped back, and the collar and chain vanished in an instant. After a short breath, the director faced me once again.
もう一度だけ聞かせてほしい。
Allow me to repeat my previous question.
君は魔女だろ
You are a witch, are you not?
人は自分と違うものを怖がる生き物なんだ。お前がいい魔女だったとしても、誰
Here
も
we know. Arnold's words came to me again. Monsieur Hugo said witches aren't evil. If he believes that, then maybe... I took a deep breath, fingers trembling. I am a witch. A sigh of relief left his lips.
勇気を出してくれてありがとう。君が魔女で本当に良かった。
That took courage. Thank you. This means a lot to me. But I haven't been able to use magic for 7 years now. I'm not much of anything without that. He remained unfazed.
大丈夫だよ。君の魔法は眠っているだけだ。そうでなければ、あの時光は生まれなかった。
That's perfectly fine. It slumbers within you. We wouldn't have seen that light if it wasn't there. It was magic?
ああ、おそらくね。君の中の魔法と、ここに宿っている魔法が反応したからだと思う。
Most likely, I wager your own power reacted to the magic within the park.
さて、ここからが本題だけれど。
Now, the favor I would ask of you. He clapped his hands together.
うちで働かないかい？君にはスタッフとして魔法の覚醒を目指してほしい。
Would you join our staff? I want to use this opportunity to awaken your magic. But hey, we got the benefits. We got healthcare, dental, and you can never leave. Me? Work at the rave?
もちろん報酬は出すよ。
With a compensation, of course. I was speechless. I do love amusement parks. They remind me of Dad. It's not that I'm opposed exactly, I just don't want to be trapped in an amusement park forever. They do at least get paid and benefits.
考える時間が必要だね。
Need time to think, I take it. The pressure was at once alleviated. Yes, I would need to speak with people back home before making a decision. I couldn't go agreeing to such arrangements without at least consulting with the Vincents first.
わかった。
At least they aren't slaves, yeah.
心が決まったら
They're
こ
prisoners.
こへ来てほしい。
I understand. I will wait for your answer. When you have it, find me here. Not like he's going anywhere.
門は開けておくから。
I'll leave the gate open for you. Thank you. Well, I suppose they could go to other places because it is a traveling amusement park. So as long as they bring the amusement park with them, they can go anywhere. Au revoir, mademoiselle. Monsieur Hugo waved me goodbye as I left. Bidding farewell, I started on my way home. The park soon vanished behind a veil of trees. Yet I remained in high spirits, like I was still there somehow, in that world of dreams. What a day it's been. I just told the first person outside the Vincent family about who I was. For the first time, someone had come to me for help. They needed my magic. If my magic really is just asleep, I have to wake it up. There are people I could be helping. I want to be a kind witch, just like Mum was. Gas lanterns lit up the dark street. The warm glow almost seemed to call out to me, to guide me forward. My head remained in the clouds the entire way home. Once Arnold had come home, I spoke with him about working at the park. They had very different bedrooms. I left out the part about my magic, though. I didn't want to worry him.
は？遊園地でスカウトされた？一日の大半は家に引きこもって
That's rude.
本ばかり読んでるお前が？
What? They asked to hire you? To do what? Sit around inside and read books all day? He's an asshole. You don't have to put it like that.
驚いたな。 遊園地に行ってみたらって勧めたけど、まさかそんなことになるなんて。
I'm just surprised at all. I didn't think my suggestion to go have fun for a day would lead to something like this. Anne had blinked several times.
それで何に悩んでるんだ？相談してきたってことは仕事に興味あるんだろ？
So, what's got you stuck? You must be at least a little interested if you're talking to me about it. I am. I'd very much like to work at an amusement park like my dad did. But that'd take time away from things I'd normally be doing to help, cleaning, chores, and anything else that needs doing at home. Also, you can't leave. It didn't feel right to run off when they've done so much for me.
まあいいんじゃないか？
Who cares about that? You don't? He acquiesced surprisingly quickly.
料理以外なら母さんに頼めるし、まあ家事全般が苦手だから不安はあるけど、なんならパリにいた頃みたいに家政婦を雇ってもいい。
Mum can do pretty much anything outside the kitchen, well, kind of. But if that falls through, we could always hire a maid like we did in Paris.
父さんからの仕送りでお金に困ってないからな。俺だって仕事して稼いでるわけだし。
Dad says money, so it's not like we're hurting there. Plus, I work on top of it. Anna's smile quickly turned into a frown. That's some money. I have one condition though.
とりあえずは遊園地がこの町にいる間だけだ。初めて働くわけだし、最初から深入りは禁物だからな。
He might not. He might not be in the. You reckon he's in the park? We didn't see him there. Only while the place is in town. It's your first job, so don't get too attached. Right, that seems fair. Lissy's the ringmaster. Hugo's the ringmaster. There's no guarantee my magic would ever awaken anyway.
それに次どこへ移動するかもわからないし。
Who knows where they'll disappear to next? He glanced outside the window and sighed.
母さんには俺から話しておくよ。お前は明日ちゃんと先方に返事をするんだぞ。
I'll talk to Mum. Make sure you're up bright and early tomorrow to let your new boss know. I will. Thank you, Arnold. The long day was finally coming to an end. Before bed, I picked up the music box from the dresser. I turned the key and listened to the melody as I processed the day's many events. It really had been like someplace out of a storybook. The attractions, the performances, the smiles everywhere you looked. Hey, Roshi! Welcome in! We're gonna date boys! And then there was the Manège and its resemblance to this very music box. The light. My magic. It wasn't dazzling Tazzy. Oh, thank you! Boys only date boys. Yeah, unfortunately, this game only has boy romancing candidates. But you know, we'll see if we can find anyone cute. The collar of light around the director's neck and the chain that held him captive. I could only wonder and hope my magic was there somewhere, waiting for me to wake it up. Are you dating boys too? In this game, I am. Give me strength, Dad. The strength to see this through. The music box up to my chest. We're also going to find out what happened 7 years ago for her magic and her memories to go away. There's a mystery and also romance. Romance and mystery, yeah. Alright, time for bed. I had to get up early to visit the rave. I needed to give them my answer. The next morning I made for the park while the air was still chilly. The girl at the front wasn't there. The gate, however, was open, just as I'd been told it would be. We got employment. We got a job. Unlike yesterday, silence filled the park. There were no kids frolicking around the fountain, no parents to scold them. My legs carried me further. They led me towards the manège. We hadn't planned a meeting place, but somehow I knew I'd find him there. And there he was.
答えが出たんだね。
You have your answer? Yes, I will work for you. I will work at the amusement park. He'd noticed me at once. I do. I'd like to work with you, as long as the park is in Blankberg at least.
ブランブールを離れたらお別れかい？
So we'll have to say goodbye once time's up. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. There's no telling how things will go with my magic after all.
それもそうだね。じゃあ。
That's true. In that case. Monsieur Hugo stepped forward and extended his hand.
短い間だけど。
I look forward to working with you. Likewise, Monsieur. We exchanged a firm handshake. I now had a job to do. I had to awaken my magic and free the people of La Foy de Rave. God, I'm not good at French. So rose the curtain on my new life. Mages, love and art. Here's the opening again. We finished the prologue, I guess. There's Hugo, Sergei, Freya, Clara. Okay, they don't get names because they're not important. Leon, Luciole. We haven't met him. Anna. There's only one character we haven't met yet. So the topic says that he's the mechanic. So, oh, we get art previews. Oh. Yeah, so he would have been the one in charge of the automatons. No one's jumped out at me so far. Oh, damn it. Hold on, I just spilt water all over my leg. Welcome to La Foy de Rêve. Finished the prologue.
スタッフになった君にはこの遊園地のことをよく知ってもらわないといけないね。
I picked up my bottle of water and opened it. And I guess I was squeezing a little bit because water came straight out and soaked my leg. Okay, I'm good. Now that you're one of us, there are a few things we ought to go over.
周りを見ていてごらん。
Take a look around you. Okay. Oh, right. I did so. I saw pastel attractions, automatons behind counters, and of course the prominent fountain. Hey, don't pick on me. What exactly am I looking for?
瞬きしないで。
Don't blink now. Okay, no blinking. Staring contest, let's go. You get to wink though? Monsieur Hugo snapped his fingers. I didn't blink. Oh! What? There was a flash of light and suddenly everything was gone. Only the manège and the automatons remained. Like, holy, that's cute. Exactly. What just happened?
ここは魔法でできた遊園地でね。園長である俺の意志で消すことができるんだ。
This is a magic amusement park, and I am its director. I can manifest or erase it on a whim, but not the merry-go-round, I guess?
実在するもの以外は
Mostly, that is. he gets into the manege and automatons.
遊園地を自在に出し入れできるなんて便利なようだけれど、現実も幻想も全て一緒に動く必要がある。
Snapping the park in and out of existence is rather convenient, but reality does not abide by the laws of illusion.
だから、俺たちの行動は制限されているんだ。マネージと行けるところは限られているからね。
Our freedom is hindered by physical limitations. The manege can only be carted so far. Okay, so if he can blink the park in and out of existence, except for the manege, then doesn't that mean that the spell that's binding them all there has to be attached to the manege? Otherwise, they could just like blink it out of existence and just leave. He shrugged. That certainly sounds complicated. Reality and fiction are all merging together in one place. It sounds like something out of a storybook. Must be hard having to live it, though. I'll do everything I can to awaken my magic and free you all. I promise.
ありがとう。そう言ってもらえて嬉しいよ。
I truly appreciate you saying that. The director smiled softly before snapping his fingers again.
じゃあ、早速だけれど、君の中に眠る魔法を覚醒させてみようか。
Now, should we do something about that magic inside you? They travel to various carousels that Dad built, and that's where they open up shop. I don't know, they did talk about carting the merry-go-round. They said the merry-go-round can only be carted so far, so maybe they have to bring the merry-go-round with them. Already? I hadn't expected it to happen so soon.
ああ、ごめんね。心の準備がまだだったかな。
Pardon me, too sudden? Not sure Hugo appeared down at me with concern. I'm not quite sure, really. No, I'm okay. Yeah, let's do the magic. That's choice. The carnival is stored inside the manege. Yeah. No, I'm okay. I answered as firmly as I could. Catch the
いい返事だ
spirit.
ね。君の魔法を覚醒させるために、
I'll be here to guide you every step of the way.
俺がエスコートさせてもらうよ。
Oh my god, my brother's cat will not stop meowing. It's annoying the heck out of me. He winked. Just like doing that.
君は無意識のうちに魔法の力を眠らせている。それを少しずつゆっくりと起こしていこう。
Subconsciously, you put your powers to sleep. What we're going to do is slowly but surely wake them up.
目を閉じて集中して自分の内に秘めた魔法に意識を向けるんだ。
Close your eyes and concentrate. Find where you've stowed that magic inside you.
何か感じるかい？
Can you feel it? There's a light. I can see it.
それは目覚める可能性がある魔法だね。
That easy, huh? Just close your eyes.
手で触れて集めてみて。
Like she's never tried closing her eyes before. That's your magic, waiting to be roused. Reach out and gather it. Oh! Use the cursor keys or left click to gather as many fragments of magical light as you can within the time. It's a mini game!
それじゃあ始めようか。
3, 2, 1. My magic.
魔法の光を捉えるんだ。
Come here, magic.
焦
I'm
ら
a
ない
Maho
で
Shoujo.
君のペースでやろう。大丈夫、上手だよ。
I did it perfect. I could just stop clicking now, like I'm done. I got the magic. The game has mini games, apparently. I got the magic. They have been clicked. Ah, the light's gone.
集中力が切れてしまったようだね。無理もない。
You must have
とても
worked
繊細な
last
作業
fix.
だ。
I did perfect. It said perfect. It's not your fault. This is very delicate work.
最後に集めた魔法を目覚めさせよ
Let's awaken what you've gathered, shall we?
う。魔法が中心にまとまった瞬間にタイミングよく刺激するんだ。うまくいけば 覚醒するはずだよ。
To do this, you must be precise. When you feel the magic coalesce into your very core, call out to it. I'll try. Oh, do I have like a magical girl, like phrase? Like, oh, what was the Sailor Moon one? What did she say whenever she transformed? Like, oh man, I can't remember. If you remember, please tell me. This is gonna bug me. Like star prism magic or something. Left click, enter or spacebar. Or when the two stars aligned, overlap to awaken your magical power. Moon prism power. That's the one. Moon prism power. The amount of magic you get in the first stage will affect the second stage's difficulty. Okay, so this is like a rhythm game. Look.
やっぱり
It's a
君は
passing mark.
最高の魔女だよ。
There's an OG Sailor Moon teaching eventually when she got the upgrade. Yeah, but Moon Prism Power is the iconic one though. I'm finished. I don't feel very different though.
それはそうだよ。
I'd be
魔
surprised
法
if
を
you
わ
did.
ずかに覚醒させただけだからね。
What we've awakened is only a fraction after all. I leveled
実
up.
感はないかもしれない。でも完璧だったよ。初めてで成功させるなんて。
You might not
君
feel
は
it,
すごいな。
but you've made great progress, and so quickly too. I'm impressed.
ご褒美は何がいい？キスでいいかな。
You deserve a reward. Maybe you get hey. This is inappropriate workplace behavior. You're my boss now. What? No,
ま
perhaps
だ
another
早か
time.
ったかな。
Only after I'd heard his childish laugh did it hit me that he was teasing. So he has a playful side, duly noted.
魔法は時間をかけてゆっくり覚醒させていこう。地道な作業だから焦りが出るかもしれないけれど。
It'll
無理
take
は
time
禁
to
物だよ。
awaken your magic. At times it may feel tedious, but the process mustn't be rushed. I'm gonna take a quick break actually, and it's good timing because the pre-rolls have turned back on. So I'm going to do a quick ad break, give everyone a chance to have a drink, stretch your legs. Don't go too far though, 'cause I'll be back in 3 minutes. Hydrate, I will. Thank you. I'm back, by the way. When I was in the bathroom, I looked in the mirror and there's just one section of my hair that refuses to abide by the laws of gravity today. It's just sticking right up. How's everyone going, by the way? At rate ends in 10 seconds. See, since I'm doing a visual novel, I can't just do like boring gameplay stuff while the ads go. Like if I keep going, no matter where I am, you're gonna miss stories. Pause the whole time. Okay. Yes, of course. Thank goodness, that's one less thing to worry about. This subject had always weighed heavily on my mind compared to my other concerns. I could feel the tension leaving my shoulders. You know an awful lot about magic. Is there another witch you're acquainted with?
いや、霊部から解放される方法を探すうちに自然と詳しくなったんだ。いろいろな書物を読んだりしてね。
No, I've simply picked up on a good deal as I've researched ways to free us from the rave. How did you get to like a library? Do you order books to be delivered here?
これほどの知識を身につけるまで長い道のりだったな。
My knowledge is the culmination of many a lengthy volume. That makes sense. The reason I'm here must be because he's tried everything else. Monsieur Hugo stared off into the distance. His elegant smile soon returned though.
さて、
Anyway,
そろそろ遊園地の裏側に案内しよう。
allow me to show you around behind the scenes. We have a contract to discuss and staff to introduce you to.
さあ、マドモアゼル。
If you follow me, mademoiselle. Thank you. I followed closely behind. Oh, that's right. Shortly after we left the Manège, I remembered something very important. May I ask a question?
一つでいいの
Only one? No need to
君の
limit
質
yourself.
問にならいくつでも。
His perpetual elegance was something I would have to get used to. Eloquence. Yeah. Thank you, but just one is enough for now.
そう。
As you wish.
それで聞きたいことというのは
How can I help? It's about your Manège. Are you aware of any music boxes based on its likeness?
オルゴール
Music boxes? He tilted his head in thought. I'm referring to one my late father gave me before he passed. It looks just like the Manège here. It's not just a passing resemblance either.
そういうものがあるとは知らなかった。
No idea such a thing existed.
少なくともうちでは作っていないから誰かが真似て作ったものだろうね。
We certainly don't sell them, so perhaps someone was simply inspired by us. My father must have been. He was always a skilled craftsman.
そうか。
Was he? I've hit a dead end. If Monsieur Hugo never knew my father, then it all must have been a coincidence. Yeah, those don't happen in games like this. I was certain there would have been some kind of connection, but I suppose that it all been wishful thinking. I apologize. I didn't mean to pry. It was just on my mind.
いや、気になることがあれば何でも聞いてくれて構わないよ。
It's
さ
quite
っきも言
alright.
った通り、いくつでも答えるからね。
Continue to ask away, and I'll gladly answer what I can. He smiled at me. We only just met, and yet I felt an oddly familiar sense of calm wash over me. Conversations have never been my strong suit, but something about him is so inviting. Okay, easy to talk to. That's 1 point towards this guy.
着いたよ。
Here we are. Before long, we'd arrived at a large tent-like building. I timidly stepped inside. The interior was many times larger than I'd anticipated. It had been furnished with all the essentials of a workplace: desks, tables, and shelves.
ようこそ遊園地の裏側へ。
Welcome to where the magic happens.
余計な気遣いかもしれないが 執務テントと説明した方が理解しやすいだろ
I believe it may be more succinctly described as the administrative tent. These guys together are giving me Oran High School Club vibes. The tall man I'd met the day prior quipped back at Monsieur Hugo.
少し夢のある言い方をしてみたのさ。
I'm only adding a little flair.
う。まったくあなたは。
An unnecessary complication.
紹介するよ。彼はセルジュ。レーブの経理を担当している。
Allow me to introduce you to. This is Sergey, our head of finances. Pleased to meet you. I'm Tazzy. I suppose we'll be co-workers from now on.
セルジュだ。ヒューゴから話は聞いている。
So I've heard. Call me Sergey. Sergey's expression was stone-like as he pulled a sheet of paper from the desk.
労働契約書を用意しておいた。書面の内容を確認してサインをしてくれ。
I've compiled the terms of your employment here. Please read it thoroughly before signing. Why do I feel like I'm signing my life away? Why do whenever he talks to me, I feel like I'm in trouble? Right. Okay. The man's business-like demeanor quickly revived the anxiety I've only just rid myself of. Monsieur Hugo patted him on the back.
笑顔を忘れているよ、セルジュ。女の子にはにこやかに接しないと。
Remember what we talked about smiling, Sergey? Women like a friendly face.
仰せのままに。
If you insist. You're gonna smile now? It's sort of a smile. It is more of a neutral face, but it's friendlier. The edges of his lips twisted up into the shape of a smile. A smile it was, technically, in the most generous sense. I hate to be rude, but this somehow makes me even more uncomfortable.
何か
Is something the matter? No, nothing.
君は期待を
Never
裏切らないね。
disappoint.
何を笑っているんだ、ヒューゴ。あなたがこうしろと言ったんだろ
Dare I ask what's so funny, Hugo? I'm only doing what you asked. You, really don't have to force yourself on my account.
う。そうか。なら
That's so.
元に戻させてもらう。
Very well.
もうおしまいか。残念。
Oh, is it over already? Sergey returned to his stoicism, much to the director's great disappointment.
契
I
約書
love these two! Here's your contract. They got the straight man and the silly man. They make a great comedy duo. Here's your contract. I took the paper and scanned over it. Much of the language was difficult to parse, but I managed to decipher the main points. I'd only be employed for the time the raid was pleasant in Brunkburg. Magic was to be practiced before opening and after closing. The rest of my time could be used at my own discretion. That's not much of a job. They're paying you for this? Where do I sign up? What does my own discretion mean?
ここで過ごしてもいいし、家に帰ってもいい。どう時間を使うかはあなたの自由だ。
You may stay at the park or return home. Simply use your time however you see fit. Look, that's not a job. I'm being paid though, aren't I? It hardly seems fair that all I do is practice magic.
だが、そういう契約だ。
Those were the terms,
違った
were they not, Hugo?
ヒューゴ。
いや、合っているよ。君には魔法の覚醒に専念してもらいたいんだ。
That is correct. I'd like your full attention to be on awakening your magic. Then there was no need to hire me. I could do that at home. I see. The arrangement didn't sit right with me, even if that was technically what I'd agreed to. You may insist, but still, isn't there a way I could help with work around the park?
魔法の覚醒と遊園地の仕事。
You intend to juggle both responsibilities? If I'm going to be working here, I'd like to be of some use at least. If that's okay.
いや、負担にならないのなら素敵な提案だよ。ああ、でも制服が。
As long as it doesn't impede your progress with magic, I'd say it's a splendid idea. You would need a uniform though.
それなら問題ない。
Not to worry, I planned ahead. And it's pink! Sergey swiftly retrieved a uniform from a dresser. The majority of the uniform was a beautiful white and pink affair, patterned with stars that contrasted brightly against the colours. It even came with a matching cap and boots. How did he get my shoe size? It's beautiful.
別にあなたのために用意しておいたわけじゃない。常に
It
不
was
測の
not
事態
made
に
for
備
you
えて
to
いる。
clarify. We keep spares on hand at all times, and it just happens to be my color and my exact size.
さすがセルジュ。君の用意周到さにはいつも頭が下がるよ。
You have a plan for everything, Sergey. What would I do without you?
あなたの期待に応えるのが
It is my job to never disappoint. Sergey handed me the clothes and set about amending the contract.
これで要件は満たしたか。問題がなければ契約書にサインを。
This should be everything. If so, please sign here. Thank you. I gave the contract one last look before signing my name.
確認した。これであなたはレイブの正式な一員だ。
Consider your paperwork processed. Welcome to the rave. Hell yeah,
来
rave
てくれて
time.
ありがとう。改めて君を歓迎するよ。
Thank you again for what you're doing. We welcome you with open arms. I'm glad to be here. I bowed to them. Monsieur Hugo then exchanged glances with Sergey. The latter nodded back before looking to the door.
クララ、近くにいるんだろ
Are you there, Clara?
う。入ってきて
Come
くれ
in,
ないか
please. It's the girl. Can I just take Clara instead? A girl I recognized entered. It's the woman I met at the gate.
こんにちは。昨日会ったわよね。受付を担当してるクララよ。
Yeah, I think we met yesterday, didn't we? I'm Clara. I run things at the front. I'm Tazzy. I look forward to working with you.
彼女もスタッフと
He's
して
so
働くことに
small.
着替えのために部屋を
He's the
貸
newest
してもらう。
addition to our staff. Could you lend her your room to change in?
魔法の訓練だけじゃなくて遊園地の仕事もしてくれるの？
Wait, I thought she was only here for magic practice. She's working too?
内容はまだ決まっていないけれどね。やりたいと彼女から申し出てくれたんだ。
The details have yet to be hammered out, but yes, it was her idea.
へえ、あなたって優しいのね。
Well, you're one of the good ones, huh? I'm useless when it comes to magic right now, so I want to do what I can in the meantime.
気に入ったわ。私の部屋はこっちよ。ついてきて。
I think I like you. Come here, I'll show you to my room. Clara grinned from ear to ear. I held my uniform to my chest and followed her out.
これでよしと。
And that'll do it.
うんうん。
Yeah.
髪型
Check,
も帽子の位置も
cap,
バッチリね。
perfect. Looking good. You think so? Hey, it does look pretty good. But why do the boys get the full-size caps and we get these silly, like, headband caps?
大丈夫大丈夫。とっても可愛いわ。じゃあ戻りましょうか。
I know so. You're adorable. Ready to head back? Yeah. I'm adorable. Donned in my new clothes, I followed Clara as she stepped out of her tent. Each of the staff apparently had one of their own. Meals and showers were shared, but living spaces were separate. Thank you for your help, Clara.
お礼なんていいわよ。大したことはしてないし。それと、私のことはクララでいいわ。
Don't mention it. Oh, and there's no need to be so stiff around
と
me.
いうか、ヒューゴさんとセルジュさん以外はみんな呼び捨てで大丈夫よ。年も近いだろうし。
Or any of us for that matter. Other than Sergey and the director, our ages probably aren't that far apart. Okay, so they are apparently old. So if I don't want an age gap romance, I go for one of the others.
あなた年は？
How old are you, by the way? That's good to know. 17. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, so dating Sergey and Hugo may be a crime?
本当？私も17よ。
Really?
同い
Me
年ね。
too. Clara's eyes lit up.
レイブの女
Okay,
子
so
は
I
私
think
だ
I've
けだった
got
から
choose
あなたが
those.
来てくれてよかった。
I've been the only girl around here, so I can't tell you how nice it will be having you around.
これから仲良くしてね。それと、敬語も必要ないから。
Yeah, just don't date them. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna date them. They are off the list. We're gonna be good friends. That means no being stiff. Right, yeah. I like that, Clara.
うん、
Mm-hmm.
じゃあ最初のお仕事よ。頑張ってね。
Now time for your first job. Break a leg. Clara gave me a gentle push on the back as soon as we made it to the administrative tent. Huh? What job? I kind of want to date the bunny, not gonna lie. I looked around the room, which now included people I'd yet to meet.
みんな、紹介するよ。今日からレイブで働く新しい仲間だ。
Everyone, let's give them a warm welcome to our new member of the raid.
自己紹介をお願いできるかな？
Okay, introduce yourself, mademoiselle. Right. My name is Tazzy, and I'll be working with you all starting today. I am technically a witch, but I can't use magic yet. I intend to help out while I get a handle on it. But for as long as you're in Luckburg, at least, I am going to do everything in my power to free you all. Despite how clumsy it was, my introduction garnered scattered applause. I'm gonna be audio only for a little bit. Okay, enjoy my voice, I guess. Can't say I have to do that very often. My heart's still pounding. I let out a sigh to calm my nerves. Thank you for paying your taxes. Meanwhile, the rabbit stepped forward and bowed.
僕の名前はリオン。短い間だけどよろしくね。
My name's Leon. I hope we'll get to know each other while you're here.
ああ、僕の方が年下だと思うから呼び捨てで敬語は使わなくて大丈夫だよ。
Oh, and I'm probably younger than you, so no need to treat me like I'm your superior or anything. How young is he? Really? Okay then. It's nice to meet you, Lion. Likewise. He must really love his job if he's already in costume. Next to him was the boy who performed yesterday, scowling in a most displeased manner.
グリエだ。
Name's Crier. And that was it for his introduction. I get the feeling he doesn't like me. Why? I've done absolutely nothing to him except for saying I'm going to free him from his lifelong imprisonment. Seek out either me or Hugo should you have any questions pertaining to your duties. I will.
もう間もなく開演の時刻だ。各自、準備を再開してくれ。
We'll be opening shortly. All present, resume preparations.
はい。
On it! They promptly vacated the tent. Sergei returned to his desk and set about working on some documents. What now? As my eyes wandered for something to do, they met with Monsieur Hugo's. He smiled back tearfully.
タイミングがなくて言えていなかったけれど。
I missed my opportunity to say this, but allow me to anyway.
その制服。
You look lovely in that uniform. Your hair suits perfectly. I mean, pink does match pink. Won't lie with that. Thank you. Clara helped me tie it up.
清潔感があってスタ
You
ッフに
certainly
ふさ
look
わ
the
しい
part of
ね
a。park employee. I think you're ready for
そんな
work,
素敵な
don't
君
you?
早速
I do.
みんなの仕事ぶりを見
I'd
学
like
し
you
て
to
きてもら
explore
い
the
たい。
park and see how everyone
見て
does
回
their
るう
job.
ちに
That
こ
should
の
help you
遊
get
園
used
地
to
になれ
things.
るだろう。興味のある仕事場から優先してもらって構わないよ。モチベーシ
Start
ョ
your
ンは
search
何よ
wherever
りも
your
大
interests
切だから
guide you.
ね。
We wouldn't want your first day to bore you. I'll do that and try to stay out of people's hair.
よろしくね。
That's your
じゃ
task
あ
for the
俺も
day.
出てくるよ。
Now, I ought to
正
head
門
out
で
and
お
greet
客
your
さんを
guests at
出
the
迎え
gate.
ない。また後で会おう。
I'll see you again
まずは
shortly.
レイブ
Until
を
then,
楽しんで。
enjoy what the rave has to offer. Once that Hugo exited the tent, leaving only me and Sergei. Okay, way to go. Ooh. Okay, we've got gate, administrative tent, fountain, teacups, employee tents. Okay, gate and administrative tents would be Hugo and Sergei, so I don't want to do those. Fountains, probably Crier. Teacups, I think, is Leon. Employee tent might be the boy that we haven't met yet that was on the store page. So let's see if we can, like, meet him. I strolled towards the staff tent, curious about how everyone got by around here. I know Clara's tent, but the others. They were all different colours, but other than that, there was no way to differentiate between whose was whose. My imagination ran amok as I wondered, until... There we go, there's our fifth boy. Sixth boy? Yes, the last boy. What was that? I could have sworn I'd just seen someone out of the corner of my eye. When I turned to look, though, there was no soul to be seen. Although I surveyed around, the figure never reappeared. Maybe someone came by to grab something? I resumed my tour. Where to next? I've been all over, but there were still so many places to
見
see.
学は順調かい？
Your tour's going well, I hope. Well, I mean, I just went to the tents and sort of saw someone. There you go. I turned to see Monsieur Hugo. Monsieur, hello. I think I've seen about half of the park now.
じゃあ一息ついたらどうかな。そろそろお
In
昼だ
that
からね
case, how about a break? It is about lunchtime. Exactly. All of a sudden, I felt very hungry. Where does everyone normally eat here?
俺たちはスタッフ用の食堂を使うけれど
Typically an employees-only dining room. Childish smirk appeared across his face.
君は屋台で食べ
Why
たら
did
ど
you
うだい
turn on the stove today? Our
オートマタの
automatons
仕事
deserve
ぶり
your
も
attention as
見
well.
学していかない
Yes.
とね
Are you sure employees should be eating from them then? Today can be an exception. You'd better hurry along before my mind
俺
changes.
の気が
I suppose I will. He handed me a meal ticket. I took it over to the stalls. Cool, get myself a hot dog. Oh, that smells wonderful. The warm aroma of cinnamon wafting off freshly fried churros make it impossible not to grin. I sat down on the edge of the fountain and took a satisfyingly crispy bite. Okay, we're getting churros for lunch. That's probably not like the thing that's gonna keep you through your first work day. The attractions, the performances, and even the food. I've never been to a more perfect amusement park. I was on the job, of course, but I was genuinely having the time of my life, too. Everyone gets on with their lives just like the rest of us, and yet they're all trapped. It's so easy to forget this place feels like a dream. And it's raining. That's quick. Clouds began to gather that afternoon. The rain came soon after. Reds like silk poured from the sky without warning. A stir went through the park as people ran for cover from the downpour. And then it stopped. Wait, there's a piano? I hope it stops soon. I wasn't the only anxious
い
one.
つ晴れるかな。早くティーカップに乗りたいよ。
When am I going to go on the teacups?
雨が止まなかったらもう
Are
帰
we
るの？
leaving if it doesn't
せっ
stop?
か
I
く
don't
遊
want to
園
go
地に
home
来たの
yet.
につまんない。
The children were beginning to get restless. It feels so awful for the guests if this goes on all day.
君も雨は退屈かい？
The rain has you feeling down? No, I'm just worried about the guests.
それなら心配は無用だよ
Ah, well
彼に
then,
任せて
we
お
get
け
ease. They're in good hands. Bruce. Sergei plays the piano? Once Hugo directed me to Sergei with his gaze.
遠くの空は晴れている
The clouds part ahead. I followed his eye skyward. He was right. The sky was only partly covered, and it seemed clear a little further off.
通り雨が去るまで私が対応しよ
I will take over until the shower passes.
よろしく
Please do.
期待
I'm
している
counting
よ
on you.
セルジ
うあ
I'm
あ
aware.
分かっている
Sergei slowly and deliberately made his way across the pavilion. In the back was a piano. I'd assumed it was for decoration, but evidently not. After some short preparation, Sergei took a seat and placed his hands on the keys. There was a moment of stillness. Wow. A gentle melody began to flow from Sergei's fingers. The rain all but vanished thanks to his dulcet tones. Even the children were entranced. They couldn't help but listen. Just like that, the restlessness dissipated. It's beautiful. He plays so gently. I can't believe this is the same Sergei I met this morning.
セルジュの担当は経理だけれど、
Sergei
雨の日だけは
primarily manages
こうし
our
てパフォーマンス
finances,
をする
but he also performs for us on rainy days like this.
素敵な演奏だろ。
Exquisite, is it?
雨は
Isn't it?
退屈じゃないと
Makes you
思わせて
forget all about the rain. You're right. The weather's the last thing on my mind right now. I almost wish it would last longer. Sergei played several pieces until the rain had well and truly passed. Each and every tune carried that same gentleness, that same tranquility. It was, in a word, beautiful.
皆さん、ご清聴ありがとうございました。
Thank you for your attention. He bowed as the guests showered him with applause. The sky was clear and a perfect rainbow stretched across it.
素敵な演奏をありがとう、セルジュ。
A lovely recital, Sergei. Thank you. The director offered his gratitude at once. I should say something too. It's beautiful, I'll be honest. That was beautiful, Sergei. He seemed to struggle to speak for a moment. Don't get me that wrong, I'm just complimenting you.
そうか。
I see. He averted his eyes, but I didn't sense any bitterness in his response. So you play every time it rains?
来園者を退屈させるわけにはいかないからな。
We simply cannot have bored visitors.
売り上げが落ちて
People would leave and that would damage profits. Ah, yes. His words betrayed just a little of the kindness I'd felt earlier. I'm sure profits are important for finances, but I get the feeling he likes to make people smile too. You were very good. Everyone was stunned silent.
昔に比べて
I was better in the past. He looked down at his right hand. Oh no, he's got a mysterious injury. It really was a beautiful performance. And that must mean Sergei is a beautiful person. I like to think so, at least. He'd been somewhat standoffish at first, but now I realized he was only like that on the surface. That's a dangerous line of thinking. Bad people can make beautiful things. The recital had changed my entire impression of him. It's like, obviously he's not a bad person, but like if everyone else, if you're seeing all these red flags and then like, wait, no, he must be a good person because he's good at piano, then like, that's probably gonna get you in some trouble. I'll be here again tomorrow. Have a good night.
お疲れ様。気をつけて帰ってね。
Likewise, be careful on your way home. I will. But I have to practice my magic. I ducked out of the administrative tent. The sun had set long ago and the stars were twinkling. Flags don't go away because they can sing, but exactly. I made it through my first day. I'd taken a look at everyone's jobs and my magic practice at closing had gone well too. Oh, we just skipped over that. Okay. I've got a long way to go, but I think I can say I'm proud of today. And I will be tomorrow too. I muttered to no one in particular. Contrasted against the stillness of the park, my self-encouragement sounded almost enthusiastic. Then I heard footsteps. Are we finally gonna get... Oh, no, it's this guy. Okay, I glanced around until I found someone loitering in the distance. Who's that? I didn't recognize him. He looked about my age, maybe young. Oh, this is Leon. He didn't have his bunny costume. He must be an employee I haven't met yet if he's here after hours. That looks like the Rave's uniform too. He's cute. Before I could say anything though, the boy walked away. Oh, right, I'd better get home. I exited through the gate and returned to familiar roads. Somehow, though, after a long day of work, they felt almost untrodden. I actually really like the promo material and it shows the bunny. So yeah! It was the morning of my second day working at the rave. After my early magic practice, I found Fryer already in the administrative tent. He was in the middle of polishing some of his juggling equipment. Good morning, Fryer.
Oh,
Morning. He responded without so much as a glance in my direction. There's definitely a wall between us. I retreated to a corner where I waited out the awkward silence. I misheard that as she found fire in the tent. Oh no, it's on fire! Call the fire brigade. Morning. Clara's voice brightened the mood at once. Morning, Clara.
今日も顔が見られてよかった。
Glad to see you back
初日
again.
で
I was
嫌になっ
worried
て
you'd soured
も
on
う
the
来ないん
whole
じゃないか
idea
って
after your
心配
first
してた
day.
の。
Not at all. Thank you for your concern, though.
何か困ったことがあれば言ってね。
What are work friends for?
私たち
Just let me know if
一
you ever
緒に
need
働く
anything.
仲間なんだから。
Work friends? We can be real friends, can't we? That smile wiped away any remaining anxiety I had. Come to think of it, a question sprung to mind. Hey, Not that it's a big deal or anything, but I saw a boy about my age after closing last night. He seemed nice, but I didn't recognize him. He had on a uniform, so I was wondering if there was anyone else I haven't met yet.
優しそうな
boy?
男の子。
You said he seemed nice? Clara put a finger to her chin and tilted her head.
一体誰かしら。
That's a head scratcher.
Ne, Kurie,
Can you think of
kokoro
anyone,
atari
Clara?
aru?
I mean, it's obviously Lion.
さあな。
No,
でも会ってないのってあい
only
つだ
one
けだ
guy
ろ。
she hasn't met yet.
そうだけど、優しそうな男の子じゃないわよ
Right,
ね。
but he doesn't exactly scream nice guy to me.
冷血メガネのセルジュさんよりマシ
And
だけ
icy
どな。
old Boar Eyes does. Clara turned back to me.
整備士のルシオール
It
かも
could
し
have
れ
been
ないけど、
Luciole,
あなた
our
の話と合
mechanic.
わないのよ。
Luciole?
他にスタッフはいないはずだし、
I seriously doubt it, but he's the only other person on our staff.
後でヒューゴさんに聞いてみるわ。
I'll talk to the director about it. Thanks. If even Clara doesn't know, who could it possibly be? Lion! Just then, Sergei dunked into the tent.
クリエはいるか？
Is Cryer here?
ああ、
Right
ここにい
here.
るよ。
Need something?
何かあったのか？
買い出しに行ってもらえるか？
I have some errands I'd like you to run. Hugo says we're low on parts for maintaining the
ヒューゴに
automatons.
頼まれた。
I was dressing her wound with peroxide. The morning I flew out to my brother's, I stepped on a broken bit of plastic of an old backpack and it cut my foot. It bled, but didn't really hurt that much, so I left it at home. Then last night it hurt and it felt really hot. Feels pretty fun. Okay, you keep an eye on that. You don't want that to get infected. And also, just as a matter of course, make sure you're up to date on your tetanus.
休園日でいいだろ
Can't we do that on a
う。
day
午
off?
前
I've
の
got
パ
a
フォー
show
マン
this
スだって
morning.
あるんだし。
The rest fully healed, it looks like.
いや、
Well, that's
急いで
good.
頼みたい。
I'm
今
afraid
日中
it's
に修理し
urgent.
て
We'd like to have
明日に
everything in
は稼
working
働
order
させ
by
たい。
tomorrow.
いやでも新作のヒーローが
Come on, I had a whole new stick plant.
悪いが選択肢はない。
We are limited on options. You're the only one who can leave the park, Crier.
お前だけなんだからな。
Okay, so that's how they get stuff. He's not stuck there. Huh? I mean, dude, what am I? Chopped liver? I can leave the park. I can do the errands. I doubted my ears for a second. I thought everyone was trapped here. Is Crier the exception?
仕方ねえな。
Fine.
部品のリストと代金
Here's the list and the necessary funds. I mean, I can do it.
お
Hey,
結
just a
構多い
lot.
な。
It'll be hard, but
ま
maybe
あ
I
こ
can
の
manage
数
in
なら
one trip.
一往復でなんとか。
ついでに紙とインクも頼む。
I'd like to ask for paper and ink while you're out as well. Crier grimaced dramatically.
出たな。
Does Crier
つ
have
い
the
で
longest leash? Maybe
この
he's
部
not
品の
trapped.
数でついでなんてねえよ。
I knew that was coming. What, the list wasn't long enough already?
持ちきれると思ったが
I thought you could handle it. Sergei looked Cryer up and down. Mostly down.
おいこら
You feel proud of yourself up there, huh?
ついでにチ
But
ビ
you
だか
just
ら
love
持ちきれ
making
ない
local
と見下して
local
るんだろ。
pipsqueak feel small, don't you? Oh, he's got short man syndrome.
いや冷静
I
に
was
分
simply
析していたところ
re-examining the situation.
分析
Oh,
ね。
yeah? What's the
で
verdict?
その結果どうなんだよ。
Yeah, they even say on the store page, he's the tsundere. Sergei looked my way. Me?
あなたにクリエの手伝いを
Short king? No, short kings are only kings if they're confident in their shortness. He's got a complex. Could I ask you to join him? Of course. My voice shot up an octave out of surprise.
は
え
なんだよ手伝いって。
What
俺
makes
一
you
人
think
で
I
十
need
分だ
help?
ろ。
I can handle myself.
一人で持ちきれないというのなら
If the length of the list is a concern for you, an additional pair of hands should be welcome.
それは違わねえけど、でもその
I mean, sure, but I'm no
無理なんか
babysitter.
したくねえっていうか。
We're the same age. I felt a prick in my chest. I couldn't use magic, and I'd only just begun working for the rape. Oh no, the sad music. His appraisal of me wasn't as wrong as I would have liked it to be. A little tingly off the peroxide, but applying it didn't hurt at all, so I assume that means it's mostly healed. I hope so. You keep an eye on it, though. Still, it hurts to hear.
ちょっとクリエ、なんてこと言うのよ。
Hey, give it a rest.
お前には関係ないだろ。
What's your problem?
あるわよ。
Don't give me that.
それに彼女は子供じゃないわ。私たちと同じ17歳で大人なんだから。
She isn't a child, she's 17. That makes her just as much of as an adult as you or me.
同感だ彼
I'm
女は
inclined
幼
to
児だ
agree. It would be disingenuous to imply she requires any amount of special attention.
そういう意味じゃ
Stop
ね
taking this so seriously. I'm just saying that some newbie's only going to be dead weight to me. It's just carrying things. It's shopping. I can go shopping. Maybe Cry is a part-time worker and therefore his chain is longer. I get the feeling he doesn't have a chain. Dead weight. I was well aware of how little I added to the team, but to hear it put so plainly was painful. Babysitting. Dead weight. His harsh words weighed heavily on me to the point I could scarcely even hold my head up to look at the others in the eye. Yeah, I bet we don't date this guy either. Like, no matter how cute he might get after we break down his tsundere things, like, he's hurting the main character. She's really upset right now.
クリエの言うことなんて気にしちゃダメよ。
Don't listen to him, okay? Okay, so our choices are between Lion and Luciano. Doesn't take too much work sometimes, yeah. But it's the truth. My chest swelled with suffocating self-pity. If I weren't such a failure of a witch, maybe I'd be worth something. It's just shopping, it's not that deep. Silence lingered in the room. Fryer was the one to finally break it.
ああ、もう分か
Oh,
っ
for
た
the
よ。
love of... Fine, whatever.
ほら、行くぞ、
Get a
シンジ
move on, newbie. You want to help so bad?
Let's go.
Then let's go. Yeah, but it's viable. Yeah. He patted me on the back. My head shut up. Oh, he's trying to make... Okay. He's trying to cheer me up. He's got a point. He is an asshole, but he does have enough empathy to realize that Tazzy was upset. So he's not
チケット釣らされ
completely
てる
out.
とやる気がうせる。
It beats watching you
こ
feel
き使
sorry
っ
for
てやるか
yourself.
ら覚悟し
Just
と
remember
け。
you wanted this when I work you to the bone. Of course.
最初からそうすればいいのに。
Makes things so difficult.
まったくだな
Agreed.
うるせえ。
No one asked you, Baka. It's not like I want to take her shopping or anything. I saw the faintest hint of color on Cryer's cheeks as he passed me by. Was he blushing?
クリエ
There you are, Cryer. Just as we were about to leave, though, Monsieur Hugo appeared.
オートマタの部品のことなら
I've
も
got the
う
list already. I was just leave.
ついでにブランデーを買ってきてもらえるかな。
I want to ask if you get
It's one of the
brandy while you're out. And the cheese I like. Okay, but like he can't. If he's the same age as us, he can't buy alcohol. Unless the alcohol laws are different in France. They do like their wine.
またついでかい
Right, sure, I'm not already busy or anything.
それと新し
Also,
い
we've
チラシ
received
が
our
届
new
いたから
flyers if you could
配
hand
って
those
きて
out
もらい
too.
たい。
Stop overworking Cryer.
たく
You're a slave
人
driver.
使いが荒いな。
頼りきりでごめんね。
Apologies, but I
Okay,
greatly
that's got
appreciate the
the
help. Drinking age in France is 80. Okay, then he is. Like, it's not for him. Is there the same law for purchasing alcohol? Or can minors do that in France? Kai took the bundle of flyers from the director, then made another attempt to leave.
じゃあ
At
行
all?
って
Then we're.
クリエさん、
For 2009, it was lower. Okay. Prior. Leon donned in his signature bunny costume appeared next.
本屋さんで絵本を買ってきてほしいんだ。買い出
Will
し
you
の
buy
つ
me
い
a
で
new
にお
picture
願いで
book
きる
while
か
you're
な。
out and all? I mean, please. A heavy sigh left his lips. I can probably tell what he's thinking. There was a spike in teen hospitalization, so they raised it to 18. Good call.
あれ、
Is
僕
something wrong?
変なこと言ったかな。
Fryer remained silent, so I spoke up for him. No, it's not you, Leon. What sort of book are you looking for?
僕、まだ
Anything
読ん
I
でい
haven't
ない
read
本が
already.
読みたく
Something
て、
unique to the
こ
town
の
would
町
be
にしかない絵
nice.
本があれば欲しいな。
Got it. I'll keep an eye out.
ありがとう。
He bowed politely, waved goodbye, then exited the tent. Clara and Monsieur Hugo followed.
俺たちも行くか。
That's our cue. Right. I am kind of looking forward to
買
hanging
い
out
出
with
しは
him
俺
now
の
that
仕
he's
事とはいえ、
not an
ついでで
asshole.
散々パシられるのは納得いかねえ。
I get it, you know, errands are my job, but they have to treat me like a gopher. Leon, best boy, I know I had a good feeling about the rabbit. I'm just, they've mentioned a few times that he's, like, in his introduction, he said he was probably younger, and he just asked about a picture book. I'm gonna be, a little bit wary if they make him act like a kid that might not be comfortable to date. I don't want to date the old man, but I don't want to date a child either. Cryer started complaining as soon as we were on our way. Can't blame him for feeling that way after what I saw. Is this typically how these jobs go for you?
まあな。
For the most part.
でも、セルジュさんより
If I had a few inches on me like Sergey, they'd think twice about it though. I really hate that they gave him a short complex. Is height relevant to the problem?
決まってんだろ。
Of course it is. You saw the way Four Eyes was patronizing me.
よろしやがって。
He continued to fume, but that seemed to have been the last of his grievances. Oh, I should ask him that question I had. But it's possible it was my only chance. How could he use the park crier? I thought everyone in the rave was trapped.
俺は例外なんだよ。
Everyone except me. Okay, so he's not trapped. That's good. He can go home. Really? I waited for a response, but it never came. If you're free, then why are you with the rave?
さあな。
Good question. He left no room for further prying. We soon reached the town. A number of shops lined Blankbird's busiest street.
まずはオートマタの部品からだな。売っ
We
てそ
should
う
get
な
these
んです
automaton
よ。
parts taken care of first. Where to look? I would do the shopping. Because the automaton parts are going to be the heaviest thing compared to like paper and a picture book. And if you buy them first, you're lugging them around your whole shopping trip. I think the general goods store up ahead sells them. I pointed a ways down the street.
そっか。
Right, yeah, you can live here. Pick that up and you might actually be a little
その調
helpful.
子で俺の足を引っ張るなよ。
I'll certainly try. It's a cute shop. We quickly gathered everything we needed from the general store. Krya surveyed the rest of the shop.
部品以外もあれば買いたいな。
Investing as much as we can in one place. I think I saw paper and ink.
じゃあ紙とインクと封筒を買っていくか。
Let's grab that and some envelopes. Did they ask for? Krya cut me off with an explanation.
用紙が足りなくなっ
If
て
you're
る時
low on
は
paper,
封
it
筒もない
probably
こと
means
が
you're
多
low
い
on
かな。
envelopes too. Might as
一
well
緒に買っ
restock
てお
both
い
at
た方がいい
once.
んだよ。
Oh, he's pretty quick. That makes sense. He seems awfully considerate for someone who was grumbling just moments ago.
買ってくるからここで
Wait
待って
here
ろ。
while I pay for everything. I found myself admiring his initiative as he made for the counter. After finishing the director and Leon's request, our luggage had expanded exponentially. And after all that walking too, it's hard to believe Krya usually does this all by himself.
思ったより早く終わったな。
We wrapped up faster than I thought we would.
おい新人、この辺りにあるっていうパ
I
ティ
heard
スリ
there's a
ーを知って
patisserie
た。
here that serves a main tartar
うま
pom.
いアップルタルトを出すって評判らしいんだ。
An apple tart? I'm pretty sure that's an apple tart. You know anyone like that? Oh, do you mean bonbon? It's fairly well known. I've only been once myself.
そこだ。
That's
ボ
it.
ムボヌール。
Bonbon
案内
in.
してくれ。
Lead the way. And
すっげえいい匂い。
oh man, you smell that? The sweet aroma of fresh tarts hits us the moment we open the door. Krya was practically glowing. It was the best mood I've ever seen him in, you know, in the 2 days that I've met him. So he likes sweets. That's a surprise.
この店のこと、レーブのお客さんに聞いてさ、ず
Some
っ
guests
と
at
来
the
たい
rave
と
told
思
me
って
about
た
this
ん
place
だ。
and I've been dying to go ever since.
期待通り、いや、期
It's
待
already
以上
better
って
than I
感じだ
thought.
な。
Imagine when we
Well,
actually dig
it's
into
not
something. Man, I could go for an apple pie.
一つだけって決めてたけど、
Told myself I only
二
get
つ
one
にするか
slice, but
な。
maybe I'll
本
get
当はホー
two.
ルで食いたいけどな。
Could buy a dozen. Has he always been this talkative? Oh, he's comfortable with me now.
よし、決めた。三つ
Screw it.
だ。
I'll take 3. And
お
what
前
about
はどう
you?
する？
I can get something too.
ここに来て食べないとか
You're
あ
not
りえない
here
だ
just
ろ
to。look, are you? Come
Hold
on.
on,
Been a
don't
good all day.
さっさと決めろよ。
Okay, this is cute. He's kind of adorable. I'll take 2 then. Krya waved over an employee.
すみません。アップルタルトを5つお願いします。
Excuse me, 5 tartar palms. Yummy. Shortly after, our table was filled with apple tarts. Yeah, I know enough French to know that was apple pies. Moist slices of the fruit rested on top of a toasty brown filling, which had been baked to perfection. Oh man. Ray cut a generously sized mouthful and took a bite. I followed suit with similar enthusiasm. We both swallowed and shared a glance. You're kidding. It's delicious. The fragrance complemented the sweetness of the adorning apples. Beyond that, the filling itself gave rise to a more sophisticated and complex flavor profile.
このクレームダマンド。
This creme de menthe is to die for. And the raisins too.
わかる。いい仕事してるよな。
Hey, these guys know their stuff.
パイのサクサク感も最高だし。
The crust
な
is
す
spot
が
on
これ
too,
は
man. It's just,
本当の本当に。
it's perfect. It's
最
just
高だ。
perfect. He's so enthusiastic. I love this. A pure, genuine smile spread across his face. I'd never seen anything like it. Well, that's what his smile looks like. I was so used to seeing him frown. His cheerful mood was almost contagious.
何笑ってんだよ。
Laughing at. You just have such a cute smile. His cheeks quickly turned a deep shade of red.
違う。
No,
違うんだ。こ
it's
れは
not
ただ
about me, it's
ア
about
ッ
the
プルタルト
tart.
が。
It's good, isn't it?
あ、
いや
いや。
Look, He started and floundered for a while, but it quickly turned to ire.
お前
Whip,
新人
you're
のくせに
pushing
先
my
輩をからか
buttons,
うな
huh, newbie?
この店を知ってたからって
Yeah,
調子
sure
に
you
乗
know
る
a
な
nice bakery. Don't let it get to your head.
ったくなんだよいい
Who
笑顔っ
cares
て
about my smile? I do, it's cute.
何やってんだよ
Ugh, what am I even doing?
は
Ugh. His incredulity just turned anger faded with a sigh. We proceeded to eat in silence. The quietness stung all the more in the absence of our once good mood. Oh, don't ruin it. Thought we were finally getting closer. Finally, it's been 2 days. I've got to find something to talk about before we go right back to how we were. Other sweet donuts. I know a place that serves good macarons too.
ああ
Oh,
マ
yeah.
カロンかあれも
Macarons
う
are
まい
pretty
よ
good.
な
I can take you there sometime if you'd like. They really are delicious.
お前アップルタルトよりマカロンの方が好きみたいだな
I thought we'd gone over the tarts in detail. Why are you being like this? I'm getting the feeling macarons are more your speed than tarts. I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
別に責めてるわけじゃねえよいいんじゃねえの
Relax, I'm not
Macaron
calling
mo.
you out. I like macarons too. Oh,
今度その店教えてくれよ
you should introduce me sometime.
アップルタルト以外は詳しくないんだ
I could stand to expand my horizons past tarto poems. His expression softened just a little.
ずっと気になってたんだけどさ
Something's been bugging me. Cryo quickly changed the subject.
お前の喋り方どうにかなんねえのかまどろっこしい
You
んだよ
really got to loosen up a little.
Qué
You're
gote.
making the atmosphere all stuff. I'm making the atmosphere all stuffy. I'm sorry, I just
先輩に反論する気か
arguing with your superior already. Oh, this guy sucks. No, sorry.
だから敬語やめろっ
Relax, would
て
you? Sorry.
あと俺のことは
Stop
クリエって呼べ
apologizing already. Clara said we're
同
the
い年
same
だって
age.
クララも
So
言っ
don't
てた
sweat
し
it.
な
Okay, thanks.
そうだそれでいい
That's more like it. All the tiptoeing drives me
敬語は
crazy.
聞いてて疲れるんだよ
This does mean we're closer, doesn't it? Or am I just wearing him out? I took the last bite of my dessert. We started on our way back to the rave that evening. Raya carried the newest addition to our load, a small box. He'd ordered a piece to take back with us. Is that for someone else?
ああ
Yep. He left it at that. Would he be offended if I asked who? Ultimately, I decided not to press him on it. I didn't want to squander what progress we'd made. Well, unless I just imagined all of it. Regardless, I felt like I understood him a little better. He was a good person who liked sweets. He's still mostly a mystery, but I'll consider this a success. I walked next to him, distinctly aware of the invisible wall separating us. It was my third day at the rave. I was setting about my duties just before opening time. Time to make some progress. Oh, minigame. Would you like to skip the invalid? No, I'm gonna do it.
おう頑張れよ おい諦めんなよ いい感じじゃ
I'm
ん
so good at clicking on stars.
いいか
Oh yeah,
集
perfect.
中だ集中
Oh no, I'm still clicking. I've got max. Oh, so close. I mean, name
何やお
works.
前。俺だって褒めるときは褒める。
Hey, I leveled up. I wonder if I'm getting any better. I was doing exactly as I've been told, but it was hard to tell if I was really improving. Then again, that too could be the fault of my own inexperience.
魔法の訓練中？
Still practicing. I turned around and met eyes with a yellow bunny, Leon. Just finished, actually.
毎日朝早くから大変だね。僕たちのため
It
にあ
must be
りが
hard
とう。
having to work this early every morning. We really appreciate it. I'm only following through on what I promised. Also, you're working just as hard as me.
僕も？
Me? What do you mean? His ears dangled as he tilted his head. I've always admired your work ethic. You're in costume and the park isn't even open yet.
そうなのかな。
Work ethic? He didn't seem to understand. Perhaps he'd simply become that accustomed to his own dedication. Were you inspecting the park or just going for a walk?
ああ、そうだった。僕、
Oh,
話が
that's
あって
right.
きたんだ。
I have something to say.
あの絵本、君が選んでくれたんだよね。
You're the one who picked out that picture book, right? Picture book? I searched my memory. It was yesterday. I soon recalled the book I'd bought at his request during my outing with Prior. I'm just like, okay, I know that you've got memory issues, but it was yesterday. You said you wanted something new and unique, so I assumed a local author would be a safe bet.
うん。
It
全然
was.
知らない
It
本
was
だった。
brand new to me.
絵がすごく綺麗だよね。
Pictures were so pretty,
Yes, no
especially the
unicorn,
unicorn on the cover. I remember feeling the same. The story's lovely too. Oh, but I apologize if it wasn't the sort of thing you like.
うん。
No, I loved it.
話
I
も
couldn't
と
put
っ
it
ても
down
面白
last
かった
night.
よ。
Really?
本当だ
Really?
よ。
I couldn't see his face, yet I had a feeling he must have been smiling.
僕のために絵本を選んでく
Thank
れ
you for
て、
picking it out for me. I love it.
とっても嬉しく。
I'm happy you like it. Thank you for saying so, Lion.
僕が
I
感
already
謝して
thanked
い
you
るのに。
first. I couldn't help myself. I could go along with him. Something about the gentleness of his voice soothed the soul. It's strange how much I feel like I can trust him without having seen his face. Any anxiety I'd had regarding my magic had been swiftly dispelled. Okay, I do like him.
わあ、ウサギだ。
It's a bunny!
うさぎさん、待って待って。
Wait, Mr. Bunny! Children swarmed toward Lion shortly after the park had opened.
わあ、みんな元気いっぱいだね。今日はいっぱ
Wow,
い楽しんで
everyone's
いって
so
ね。
lively today. Use that energy to have a good time, okay? Okay. Okay, Mr. Bunny. The park's only just opened, too. Costumed mascots were an interesting sight regardless of who was behind the mask. But I have a feeling it only helped in Lion's case.
着ぐるみに夢中になってるとか。
Facing out over a dude in a costume. You sure you aren't a kid? Pirate was setting up for a show nearby. It's not the costume so much as it is Lion himself.
あ
Ah, yeah,
あ、
he's a
確かに不
mystery.
思議なやつだよな。
Never takes the thing off. Never? He shook his head placidly. Maybe work ethic really hadn't been the right way to put it.
俺、あいつの顔見たことないんだよ。
I've never seen his
多
face.
分他の奴
Ever.
らも同じじゃねえか
Thinking no
な。
one else has either. We've seen it. Was there some reason he didn't want to be seen, or was he simply attached to the costume? Now I'm even more curious about him.
で、お前はいつまで
You gonna do any work, or... Oh, I'm so sorry. I left the fountain and hurriedly resumed the cleaning Monsieur Hugo had asked me to do. I finished up my evening magic practice and popped into the tent to say goodbye.
ああ、頼んでいた仕事は終わったのか
Ah, there you are. Finished with the work. I was just about to leave.
帰りを遅らせることはできるかな。
Could I delay you for dinner?
実は
Dinner? I blinked in surprise.
前に少し話したと思う
I
けれど、
believe I mentioned in
レイ
passing
ブに
that our
はスタッ
staff
フ
eat in
用
a
の食
special
堂があ
dining
って
room.
ね。
I wanted to
いつ
show
も
my
仕事を頑張ってい
appreciation
る
for all
君
you've
を
done by
ぜ
inviting
ひ
you to
招
join
待したいんだ。
us. Well, I'm flattered, thank you, but I've only been here 3 days. Surely he was exaggerating my contribution.
まあ、それはそ
If
う
you
な
want
ん
to
だけ
split
れど、
hairs, I suppose
スタ
so,
ッ
but
フから
everyone
君
speaks
の評
highly
価
of
が
you.
高いのも事実だ。特にリオンは
Especially
君の
Leon,
こと
it
を
was
褒め
his
ていた
idea to
よ。
invite you, in
夕
fact.
食に招待しようと提案したのも、
He really liked that book. It was?
普段の仕事ぶりは
He
も
was
ちろん、
absolutely thrilled by the picture book you got him, to say nothing of your dedication to the job, of course.
レイブにとらわれている
Our
俺たちにとって
situation makes outside luxury as a
買い出
rare
しで得られる
indulgence, you
娯楽
see.
は本当に貴重だからね。
In that case, I'm glad I put so much thought into his book. It overjoyed me to hear not only Leon's appreciation, but Monsieur Hugo's as well. People still appreciate me, even as I am now.
結論は出たかな？
Do you have your answer? I accept your invitation.
それはよかった。
Excellent.
じ
Follow
ゃあ
me.
食堂へ
I'll
案
show
内
you
し
the
よう。
way.
ついておいで。
Upon setting foot in the dining tent, I was greeted by the same pastel color scheme as the rest of the park. The staff awaited me there like a crowd anticipating a show.
あ、来て
Oh,
くれ
he
たんだね。
came! If they've never seen his face and they all eat together, how does that work? I suppose we're about to find out. Thank you for inviting me.
そんな。
Oh, it's
僕は
nothing.
提案した
I
だけ
just
だから
suggested it. You can sit
私の隣が空いてる
right
わ
here. Got an empty seat next to me. I took Clara's offer. Clara and Sergei sat in front of me while Leon was to my right. Still in costume, even for dinner. How does he eat in that? Perhaps they had costume accessible options available? I can only guess though, because the table was decidedly empty.
さあ、食事にしよう。
Shall we dig in? Ah, yes, air, my favorite. Monsieur Hugo took his seat. In fact, everyone had taken their seats. There was no one to cook. No people, anyway. Oh, the automatons. Monsieur Hugo pulled out a small bell from his coat and rang it. Cupboard suddenly flew open and dishes toppled with clochets. Clochets flew through the air, sitting on the table all on their. Okay, not automatons. Magic. Sergei removed the top of one, revealing a full plate of terrine. What's this? My jaw dropped to the floor. More dishes landed, including a salad and several plates for everyone.
まだこれからだよ。
Wait until you see the rest. As if on cue, a lid lifted itself up from one of the pots on the stove, and a ladle began scooping soup into bowls. Everything moved with an almost musical rhythm. Speechless shock transformed into joy. Next came baguettes flying from the oven. Knives followed suit, slicing the bread. That's dangerous. There are some safety issues happening here, and plates joined to serve them. The dash of salt and olive oil felt a bit of a theatrical flourish at this point. And finally, the steak. At last, dinner was served. I remember a scene like this in Genso Manège. I can't believe I really just saw it happen before my eyes.
レイブの食堂はどうかな？
Any thoughts? That was amazing. It happened like magic.
まさにその通り。レイブの食事は
Precisely.
すべて魔法
The
で生み出
Rave's
してい
meals
る
are all the work of magic. Is that true?
少し考えりゃわか
Plates
るだろ
normally fly away from. Use your head.
皿が空飛ぶと思うか
Rude.
ああ、知らなか
Were
っ
you not aware?
た。では、屋台
Not
の食
even
べ
of the
物
food served at the stalls. That's magic too? Sergei blinked at my sudden outburst before nodding slowly. It hit me that I hadn't seen anyone making deliveries for ingredients here. We hadn't stopped to buy any when I'd gone shopping with Crier either. I had no idea. If it hadn't been obvious before, it was now. This really was a magic amusement park.
話は終わったか。じゃあ
What's the
食べ始めよう
nutritional
ぜ。
value of
せっ
magic?
かくの料理が冷めちまう。
Are we done talking? I like to eat before the food goes cold. Oh, I'm sorry.
彼女は初めてな
Give
んだ
her
か
a
ら
break. It's
少
her
しく
first
らいい
time.
いじゃない。
よくねえから言ってるん
What
だ
if
よ
it's。gonna make my steak lukewarm? Hey, no one's asking you to stop.
温かいうちに食べて
He
ほ
means
し
that
い
you'll like it
ってこと
more
だよ
while
ね
it's hot.
そ
I
ういう意
didn't
味じゃ
say
ねえ。
that.
じゃあクリエの気
I
遣
say
いを
we
無
take
駄
Prior's
にしないよう
consideration
に
to heart.
いた
Let's
だくと
eat.
しよ
Forks and knives began clinking. I put some salad and terrine on my plate and tried a bite. You know what? I'm looking up what terrine is. A terrine in traditional French cuisine is a loaf of force-made or aspic similar to a pâté that's cooked in a covered pottery mold. It looks kind of gross. I'm sure it will taste nice, because I like pâté even though it looks gross. I put some salad and terrine on my plate and tried a bite. Mmm. It's good. Everything was lovely, from the texture and taste of the terrine to the freshness of the vegetables. I could hardly believe it hadn't been prepared in a kitchen. Magic is incredible.
不思議だよね
It's a strange
俺
phenomenon,
に
isn't
も
it?
原理は
Not
わ
even
からな
I
い
can explain it. You can't? But you did all this, didn't you? You had rung the bell at least.
いや
Not at all.
俺はベルで
I
料
merely
理を
ordered
注
the
文し
food.
てい
I'm
るだけ
certainly
で
no chef.
シェフ遊園地を出し入れする
I
のと
give the
同
order
じ
and nothing more, similar to
指示
how
は
I
出せ
can
るけれ
erase the
ど
park itself.
それだけなんだ
Fascinating. Monsieur Hugo wasn't a witch after all.
料理の味はどう？
How's it taste? With the food brought back to my attention, I resumed eating. Delicious.
そうよか
I'm
った。
glad. You should try the steak too.
うちのステーキも美味しいんだよ。
Leon picked up a knife with his mittened hands and cut me a piece.
はい。
Here you
どう
go.
ぞ。
Thanks. I tried it at once. Mmm. The meat was tender and the sauce complemented it excellently. You were right.
よかった。
Good.
私に合
I'm
ったみ
glad
た
you
い
like it. There's plenty,
ま
so
だま
eat
だ
as
ある
much
から
as you want.
そう
Okay,
食べ
but
て
how
ね。
does he eat? I need to know. I will. You eat up too. Mm. He poked a piece of steak with his fork and carried it to his mouth. Oh, that's right. How does Leon eat in that costume? I was so focused on magic, I nearly forgot. I eyed him closely. The steak drew closer and closer. Ah! I couldn't believe my eyes. The steak, fork and all, passed straight through the costume and presumably into his mouth. Okay, it's not what I was expecting. Hmm. He pulled the fork away. The steak's gone. The head of his costume bobbed up and down like he was chewing. I could swear I could hear it too. There's no hole as far as I can see. How's he doing that?
お
Really
肉が
melts
柔
in
ら
your
か
mouth,
くて
doesn't it?
口の中で溶けちゃうね。
Leia went straight for another bite. The head bobbed again. He couldn't look away. Um,
そんなに見つめられると
making me a little
恥ずかしいか
embarrassed.
も。
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stare.
ついて
Stare at what? He tilted his head in genuine curiosity. Your, costume? The food moves right through it. I was wondering how you do it.
おう
Oh,
そういう
that.
ことか。
Nodded.
僕にもよく
Yeah,
わからない
I
んだよ
don't really
ね。
get it either. It's magic. Let's just leave it at that. You don't know how you eat?
うん。
Nope.
特別なこと
always
は
wondered
何
about
も
it,
して
though.
いないから。僕
From the food to Lion himself, the rave was just brimming with
ね
mysteries.
え、僕の食べ方って変かな？
It's not weird, is it? I mean, yeah, it is, but that's fine. Nothing wrong with weird. It's cute. I think it's cute. You're like a character out of a picture book.
絵本のキャラクタ
Like a
ー
character?
そ
Is
れって
that a
いい
good
こ
thing?
となのかな
In my opinion, at least. It makes you fun.
そっか
Oh, I'm fun.
ご飯を食べるだけでそう
I'm
思っ
just
ても
being
らえるなん
myself,
て
really. So it
Nada
makes me
que
happy to
decir,
hear you say that. Beneath his mask, Leon giggled. After dessert, dinner came to a close. Should I help clean up? He's such a cute boy, he is. Monsieur Hugo simply winked and rang his bell. The dishes glowed, and then, just like that, they were spotless. They then picked themselves up and returned to the shelves they'd come from. Oh my god, I would do anything for that power. No more doing the dishes. That reminded me of little birds going back to their nests. I caught myself giggling again. I hadn't expected dinner at the rave to be such a spectacle.
今日は来てくれてありがとう
Thank you for coming.
お
It
話が
was
できて
really
とって
fun
も嬉しか
talking
った
to
よ
you. This kitchen is adorable, true. I like talking with you too. Thank you for having me.
また一緒に食事しましょう。
Join us
Maybe
again
the gohan
sometime.
will
It's all
enjoy
free,
it.
so don't be modest. I'd like that. It's deep into the night by the time I left. I think I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream soon. I wanted to go for a lot longer than this, but my throat has given out on me. And I can't. I think I'm out of my painkillers for the sore throat. Yeah. So I may have to. I'm hoping the end of the chapter is soon. I made my way to the gate with quickened steps. When I reached the teacups, I spotted a figure. There he is! That's the lion. It's him again. It was the boy I'd seen on my first day. You gonna continue this one? Maybe. I don't really have a spot for it in my schedule, but I'll think about it. And if I don't continue it on stream, then I will continue it on my own because I need to know how this happens. I knew it. That's the Rave's uniform. I should talk to him. Before I could take my first step, though, he walked off. You can catch him. Ah. I missed my chance. What on earth is that? I only ever saw him late at night, never during the day. He couldn't have been a guest, and his uniform surely meant he was with the park. Clara and the others don't know him, so maybe he's new like me? The mystery only deepened the more I thought about it. Maybe I'll learn his name someday. It's Lion! I resumed my walk home. Okay, Okay, there we go. I'm going to end the stream. Let me just save. Save. There, I'm up to chapter 3. Thank you everyone who came. And I'm sorry I can't stream more, my throat hurts. Let's find someone to raid into. Rest throat, yeah. You know what? I didn't play Monster Hunter Rise yesterday, So let's try for someone playing that because there's no one else playing this. So yeah, I hope everyone has a good Valentine's Day, and thank you for joining me on mine. My next stream will be on Sunday. We'll be continuing Yakuza 0, and if you're there, I'll be happy to see you there. Yeah. Thanks again, and happy Valentine's Day. Bye-bye.